So is having an email list all that important? After all, we've got social media, DMs, text messages, Marco Polo, and more. Well, that's what we're going to talk about in today's episode. Let's get started. Hey Messenger, welcome to the Market Your Message Show. I'm Jonathan Milligan, author of the book, Your Message Matters. And our goal here is simple. It's actually right here in our subtitle. We want to help you rise above the noise and get paid for what you know. And that's what this show is dedicated to. Now, today's episode, we're going to be talking about 6 big reasons why you need an email list. In fact, here is what this is what you'll discover by hanging out with us today. Why the gurus are wrong when they say the money is in the list. Why having an email list is way more profitable than social media followers. Social media is all the craze, right? How to get 1,000 Instagram followers in the next 24 hours. How to get all these fan page followers and how to get, a bunch of people to follow you across all these different social media platforms. But I want to show you today why sending emails is still the number one way to make money, earn revenue in your business, and much, much more. Now, you might be just getting started and you're like, Jonathan, I don't even know where to start. If that's you, if you say, Jonathan, I want to do something creative. I want to write. I want to speak. I want to teach. I want to blog, podcast, do YouTube videos, but I don't know where to start. Well, we've put together a 9-page guide called the Discover Your Message Blueprint. And you can actually download this for free. Just go to marketyourmessage.com/discover and get your guide to help you figure out your purpose, your people, and your passion. All right. I like kicking things off with a story, and I've told this story before, but I think it's so important that we understand and learn from this scenario. Ready? Can you tell a story in 6 seconds or less? That was the premise of a once popular social media platform known as Vine. Twitter, known for keeping its messages short, acquired Vine in 2012 as a video-based platform with the same idea of brevity. Users had 6 seconds to tell their story via video. Now, at its peak in 2016, Vine had well over 100 million active users. Now, that much daily activity created an opportunity for many previously unknown creatives. Do you remember this? Now, some of these, quote, super users amassed more than 1 million followers and they became known as Viners. Then the unthinkable happened. Without much warning, Twitter killed the platform. In fact, Sarah Austin, a writer of Entrepreneur magazine, wrote, quote, almost overnight, Twitter reduced Vine to little more than an archive of the world's shortest, most entertaining video content, leaving its survivors to abide on other platforms. End of quote. In other words, millions of followers gone overnight. Now, some of these Viners survived because they were already building a platform on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, but many others lost their fame and influence in an instant. It's a sad tale of what happens when we build our empire on rented land. To be honest with you, who knows if in the days ahead, the same thing's going to happen to influencers on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram. The point is, there's nothing wrong with leveraging these social media ponds to attract our ideal audience. But smart messengers, like I know you are, they're ruthless about one crucial skill: capturing an audience you actually own. Now, in this business that you and I are trying to build, here's the reality. You can only take 2 things with you to the grave: your reputation and your email list. How you treat people while building your business determines your reputation. It's a critical component to building a business that lasts. But just as critical to your business is how you capture leads of potential customers. In fact, I would go so far as to say that the energy and lifeblood of your message-based business is in your email list. Starting an email list is vital to controlling your financial destiny. Let me give you an example. If for some reason I lose access to all of my social media following, I'll still be in business because I have an email list. All I would need to do is send out a single email to my list, telling my followers where to find me next. And with an email list, I have a business asset that I own, and I have traffic I can control at any time. Now, here's the big question. Will email always be around? The truth is, we don't know. I don't know what the future is going to hold, but for now, email is the most dependable and effective way to reach your audience. And here's the truth. Even if something better than email comes along, an email list is going to help you leverage that new tool to greater success. So, for the foreseeable future, building an email list is one of the smartest skills you can develop. In fact, I want to share with you right now 6 big reasons why you need an email list. Here's reason number 1. Your email list is the foundation of your business. So let me ask you a question. For you content creators out there, why do you create content? I know you want to help people, you want to serve people, but if you blog, why do you blog? If you podcast, why do you podcast? If you do videos, why do you do videos? Well, here's the reason why I do it. I do it to attract people to get on my email list. It's a part of my strategy. See, if you help people to know, like, and trust you, they'll get on your email list and go on a journey with you. Joining your email list should be the next logical step for anyone consuming your free content. You can attract your audience in lots of ways, like search engines, social media, paid advertising. But the point is, however you go about it, the goal should be to get them on your list. It's the foundation of your business. I know it is for me. Here's reason number 2. Your email list is traffic you can control. Do you remember the office supply store Staples? They ran a TV commercial for the 2005 Super Bowl that became an instant hit. Do you remember what it was? I'll help you out. The concept was simple. It was about a bright red button known as the easy button. Anytime you face something challenging, all you had to do was hit the easy button and your problem was solved. Now, when I first started teaching others how to build a business online, I used to say, there's no easy button to push. Listen, this is just like any other business. You got to build it from scratch. No one said it would be easy. We definitely think it's worth it, but it's never easy. And that's still true. Building a business takes time. It takes energy. It takes effort. But I will say this. I have come to the conclusion that there is an easy button after all. Once you press it, you can get instant traffic to your blog post, your podcast, your videos, your webinars, your sales pages. I call it the send button. The point is, if you want people to read your latest blog post, send an email to your list. If you want to make sales on a new online course you've created, send an email. Want to sell your new book? Send an email. Want to host a webinar with thousands of live attendees? Send an email. Your email list equals traffic. And owning that list means you can control the traffic. That's why owning an email list is the most critical tool in your toolbox. Here's reason number 3. Your email list is the best way to make money in your business. Now, this has been proven time and time again. Studies have been conducted to determine which method is the best at converting prospects into customers. And I'm always interested in hearing these studies. And every time they do it, it comes back to the same truth. Every time methods are tested, email marketing comes out on top. In fact, HubSpot, a customer software company, reports that emails generate $38 for every dollar spent. Now, if you're wondering whether people are still paying attention to email, because that's the big thing I hear, Jonathan, are people paying attention to email? I mean, they're on social media. Are they even paying attention? Consider this fact that I found. 99% of consumers check their email every day. Now, of course, that doesn't mean 99% of your email list will see or even open your emails. But the point is that the value of email doesn't seem to be disappearing or changing anytime soon. In fact, another study found 73% of millennials prefer communications from businesses to come via email. The best tool in your business toolbox for making sales, it's your email list. Here's reason number 4. Your email list gives you instant access to your audience. And I kind of mentioned this before, but I really want to drive home this point. If you need to get the word out fast to your audience, which is the best tool to use? No, it's not social media, right? That's what we think. Well, I'll just post something on social media. Everybody hear about it. It used to be that way, but not anymore. In fact, in 2015, Facebook upset many Facebook fan page owners by showing fewer Facebook posts to their fans. Do you remember this? A Facebook fan page is a free tool any business can create to attract and communicate with their fans on Facebook. Now, in times past, a new post would show up in the news feed to people who liked a business's page. It used to be all your fans saw it. And because of this, many marketers and influencers encourage people to like their page. But it all changed back in 2015. Once Facebook made adjustments to their algorithm, which ranks posts in users' news feeds, guess how many percent? It went from 100% to what? 15% of fans saw a post from their favorite fan pages to show up in their feed. Now, to be honest with you, I was upset with Facebook when that first happened. And I get it. You know, it's easy to be upset with Facebook. But you know what? It's their traffic. It's their website, and they can manage it as they like. Now, there is a lot of debate right now on overreach. That's another discussion. But when you own an email list, guess what? You're not at the mercy of other platforms. If you want to get the attention of your audience, just send them an email. Reason number 5 is this. The relationship is in the list. Now, believe it or not, an email list is one of the most personal and intimate forms of communication you can own. In fact, this is why I'm personally so adamant about crafting personal emails in my business. I intentionally avoid fancy newsletter templates, logo headers, footers. I want the email to feel like I only sent it to you. In fact, I've worked so hard at making my communication feel personal. My wife has replied to my emails that were meant for marketing purposes and asking, hey, was this email just for me? That's when you know you've got a winning strategy. By making your emails personal, guess what? You make room for a relationship to develop. Now, while your competition is pounding their list with sales emails and sales emails, you know what you're doing? You're opening a conversation. There's a saying in online marketing, and this is from a lot of gurus, and I kind of dislike it if I'm being honest. It's not terribly inaccurate. I just don't like it. It says this: the money is in the list. Have you heard that? The money's in the list. The money's in the list. Now, while technically that's accurate, I think it's the wrong focus. Focusing on money will get you a sale, but focusing on the relationship will gain you a lifelong customer. The relationship is in the list. The point is, you must add value to your potential customer first. And you do this by focusing on your relationship with the people on your list, which then leads me to the last one, reason number 6. The money is in the relationship. Now, the money part comes more naturally if you focused on the relationship first. Doesn't this make sense? I mean, this is just common sense. Now, the goal is not to manipulate a false relationship to get money. People can see through that. The goal is to build a genuine relationship which you add value and have impact in people's lives, and income becomes the natural byproduct of that. Some messengers I meet struggle with this whole idea of making money. Do you? I know I did. Do you struggle with, Jonathan, I want to serve, I want to help, I want to do this thing, but making money part just feels a little icky? Well, a common kind of a statement that I hear is this: I just want to serve people, get my story out to as many as possible. I think that's great. And for some people, making money feels like they've compromised on their intended mission somehow. If you feel that tension, I've got a simple exercise for you. Are you ready? Write down a list of all the influencers, the speakers, the writers, the coaches you admire. And then I want you to ask this one question: how do they financially support their cause or mission? How do they do it? The answer is money. Here's what I want you to know. Money is not the root of all evil. It's the love of money that's the root of all evil. It's not money itself. Money's neutral. It can be used for good and bad. But it's the craving for money at the expense of others that makes it dangerous. And you're smarter than that, right? Money itself is neutral. It's not good. It's not bad by default. It's your relationship to money that matters. What if we viewed money as just a tool to make a greater impact on our mission? In fact, let me give you a formula as we wrap things up. Impact creates income, and income makes more room for us to create more impact. Said more simply, impact creates income, and income creates more impact. Let me explain by a quick example. I've written a book, right? Your message matters. Writing a book is no easy feat. It's a commitment of hours upon hours of work. Once the writer is finished with the manuscript, it can be up to 9 to 12 months before the book hits the shelf. So here's a question. What allows authors like me the freedom to spend hours upon hours and months upon months writing a book? The answer is the income we are already generating in our business. Income brings freedom. Freedom gives space for more impact. It's a never-ending, ever-expanding cycle of influence. In fact, Jeff Walker, in his best-selling book Launch, states this, quote, "Having an email list is the closest thing you can have to a printing press that'll print money for you," end of quote. So I hope you're convinced now, Jonathan, I got to get serious about this email list. It's so easy to get focused on building a social media following and doing all of this social proof and marketing, but you can't take followers to the bank. You can't take retweets and cash them in. You can't take Facebook fan page likes and buy something with them. The money is in the relationship. The relationship is in the list. It's that simple. So maybe you're right now thinking, Jonathan, I just want to get started. I don't know where to get started. I don't have a website. I don't know what I'm doing. Well, once again, don't forget about our free 9-page guide. This is the place to start. You want to get the Discover Your Message Blueprint by going to marketyourmessage.com/discover. All right. Did you enjoy this episode? If so, would you take a moment and like, share, or subscribe or review our show? And also, what topics would you like for me to cover in future episodes? Let me know in the comments or reach out to us and let us know. Until then, never forget your message matters.